you own it. Let every mile bring a smile, yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of the Road to Life podcast with Meredith and Craig. Today we're talking about something near and dear to my heart, adventure.
Let's start with a question.
Right out of the gates hot.
When's the last time you and your person, you and your teammate, you and your partner, did something new and exciting together? Did something together for the first time? How long's it been? For real, how long's it been? Relationships can easily fall into routines, and that whole new novel experience sometimes becomes less of a priority. So we're going to talk about how that happens, why that happens, and why adventure is so important, and how to bring it back.
Early days, it feels great. You're with your person that you're dating.
Everything's new and exciting.
You're exploring, figuring each other out. You're exploring and having adventures with each other, trying to figure out each other, but also just like what you like, what you dislike. And it's just a really cool time. And then as time goes on, we start to learn those things and life starts to happen and we just join the real world, I guess, essentially. Work, bills, kids, all the things, school, work. And fun and adventure seem to fall by the wayside. They become less of a priority.
It's like in the early days, it was exciting to plan. Like on your first few dates, it was exciting to plan what you were going to do. Planning a date was fun and exciting. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And as time goes by and you go on lots of dates, planning a date night starts to become just something else on your to-do list. So like early days, it was fun and exciting. Now it feels like a chore. So that's how life can evolve when we're not paying attention for the adventurous stuff to become mundane.
We just fall into a routine, like a comfort zone. And then eventually life happens and, you know, you get stuck in your ways eventually. And then it's just like, well, now we're in this routine and it's just
comfortable.
It's almost this, you know, fear of change, if you will, at some point. So
it feels like a lot more effort.
Yeah.
As time goes by to plan new and fun things to do. Like it's more work.
Yeah, and one of the things I find that a lot of people seem to believe is that it's a nice to have. Like it's not something that's a priority because, well, all these other things that we talked about, kids, life, bills, school, work, all those things have a higher priority than taking an adventure with your person. They just believe that it has to be the first thing that goes. When there's something like, there's a laundry list of things that we need to take care of, well, obviously this one has to be cut first.
I think another misconception about adventure is that it has to be a really big, extravagant trip to a faraway land, or even like a big fancy dinner that you've never done before. I think people get intimidated by adventure because that's how they think of it.
Yeah. For me, adventure is just having an attitude of adventure. Like, if you go to the grocery store, you can make that an adventure. If you go with the attitude of adventure that we're going to go and maybe we're going to try a different food, or we're going to go, you know, and have some fun walking the aisles, or like I'm going to pick a food for you and you pick a food for me and we have to try. Like whatever, like it's just really random silly things, but it doesn't have to be big extravagant things, to your point. Some of my favorite adventures have been literally we've gotten in the car and we've just gone and we end up where we end up. And we don't know where that's going to be at the beginning, and it's just a fun time.
Yeah, we just go on an adventure.
Yeah.
And when I say left and I mean right, and we end up going right when we should have gone left, we're on an adventure.
Totally.
And so what's the point? Like, we've made the case that sometimes adventure falls away, and the ways it falls away, but who cares?
Yeah, but it's really important for your relationship for a lot of reasons. One being that, you know, it rekindles that excitement that you felt in the early days when you were just starting out and trying to figure out, who is this person? Do I like this person? Let's go have experiences with them in different settings and situations to see how they react, how I react, how we get along together. It's the same thing.
That spark and that excitement of the early days can be rekindled by taking adventures together.
Yeah, it doesn't have to get stale. Like a lot of times we hear from people and it's like, yeah, but you know, it's not like it was in the early days. Things have gotten stale and we're in routine. And it's like, yeah, because there's no adventure. We need to
reintroduce adventure.
Yeah.
Because it also strengthens your bond. Like when you share experiences together, that shared experiences creates a stronger connection between you. So when you're doing something outside of your ordinary or with an attitude of adventure that you make it more fun, that experience that you've created together strengthens the connection between you.
Yeah. And when you go on adventures, you're literally releasing chemicals in your brain, like dopamine and endorphins and happy hormones. And basically it reduces your stress and increases your happiness levels. Like you are happier.
It's science.
You're happier when you go on adventures. Like it's scientifically fact.
So trying something new at the end of a long week, like taking salsa dancing lessons or trying paddleboarding or like just something that's completely outside of your normal can be a great way to re-inject adventure. And if that feels like a lot at the end of a long week, like adding something like that feels like, oh my God, I couldn't imagine adding that at the end of a long week, probably just means you need it even more. You'll be surprised how much that re-energizes you.
And also, if you do the thing and you don't enjoy it, then that just means it's not for you. It's trial and error. There's going to be some things that you try and you're like,
for sure,
not for me. I tried that adventure, did not like it. Try something else.
It also keeps the relationship fresh because it brings in a little spontaneity into the relationship.
It eliminates some of the routine. Gets you out of routine, put it that way.
Yeah. And discovering new things around you. Because when you take an attitude of adventure, even at the grocery store, you're going to see things differently. You're going to experience that same old boring grocery store in a different way.
Like I said,
it's a novel experience.
Going to the grocery store sucks most of the time. Like, who wants to be there? But if you inject a little bit of fun and adventure and say, okay, look, we're going to pick 3 things to try. We literally tried chestnuts the other day at the grocery store.
Didn't love them.
They're not great. Like I said, you don't win them all. You don't always, when you step up to the plate, sometimes you strike out. You're not going to hit a home run every time. Hey, listen, Hall of Famer bats 300.
Yeah.
Like they're good 30% of the time.
Yeah.
A Hall of Famer.
Yeah. 70% of the time,
they miss.
It's a miss.
So, take a couple shots and see what happens.
Plus, when you do new things together, you face new challenges together, it reinforces the team aspect. And it's good practice in flexing that muscle so that when there is a challenge that life throws at you, you've been working through challenges already.
You're prepared for it.
You've been on a hike together and you figured it out. You took a cooking class to learn a new style of cooking or cuisine or something, and you figured that out together. When you work through challenges together as an adventure, then it's good practice for when life throws challenges at you because you've got that muscle already sort of primed and flexed.
For sure. So some easy ways to bring adventure back into your relationship. Obviously, if adventure is a muscle that we have not been flexing, we're going to want to start a little bit small.
For sure.
And like we said, it does not have to be a big trip across the world, go to Peru, Machu Picchu. It does not have to be that big. It can literally be the grocery store example that we used a couple minutes ago.
Trying a new restaurant, going to a different ice cream place, just introducing some variety and novel experience.
Hop in the car and go for a drive. And in fact, before you get in the car, say, we're going to take 2 left turns, 5 right turns, 3 left turns, 4 right turns. Just like map out a bunch of turns that you're going to take and see where you end up. Like it could be random as that.
That's his adventure style.
Get in the car and go for a drive and just see where you end up.
My adventure style would be to Google, what's the world's largest anything near me? And then we go on a random road trip to some weird little small town, because that's always where they are, and we find the world's largest golf tee, the world's largest fishing lure, because I Googled and those things are all within a few hours of us, so we might be checking those out. But that's how we ended up at the world's 2nd largest rocking chair. For real. That's where we went. It was fun.
Just off Route 66, Missouri. You'll love it. Check it out.
Highly recommend.
I don't even know there's a town there. There's a store.
There's a gas station.
I don't know that there's anything else there, but the chair's there.
So just like you can act like a tourist in your own city and you will see it differently and you will move through your regular surroundings in a different way. And that's one way to start small.
So just plan little adventures together, like I said.
Regularly.
Yeah. Step out of your comfort zone. Step out of your comfort zone. Don't stay in your same old neighborhood all the time. Get out and explore a little bit. There's so much world out there, even just beyond your neighborhood. Not far from here, there's a park that most people around here don't even go to. And
it's lovely.
It's a beautiful park, and it goes for a long time. We explored it the other day. It was beautiful. Just get out and explore. Get out of your comfort zone. And sometimes it helps to just be spontaneous. One day, just wake up and be like, hey, babe, hop in the car. Let's go. We're going for a ride.
Yeah.
And then just go for a drive and see what's around.
Remember when we did that? We were heading for a lighthouse down east that we like, and we stopped at that new pizza place. And we ended up, while we were waiting for pizza, just playing checkers on the picnic table and then taking our pizza and eating it, looking over the ocean next to a big lighthouse.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Completely spontaneous. Had no plans.
Totally. Some of my favorite adventures have been spontaneous, unplanned events. Like, I love when you plan a trip and you go and you explore something like Machu Picchu. I love it. But I also love the little times where we've just gone and drove the shore and saw the beach and the lighthouse and the pizza and all the things that you just mentioned. Like, those are some of my favorite adventures. They didn't cost a lot. They weren't expensive. They didn't take a lot of time. It was just an afternoon, spontaneously. We need more of that in our lives.
Yeah, we all need more spontaneity in our life. And the last way to bring it in, like we talked about in a little bit related to starting small, but just look for it. What you look for, you find more of. So if you're looking for an adventure, you'll find more adventure. Like, keep that lens on, those sunglasses that look for adventure, and you'll find adventure everywhere you look.
We were recently at an event in LA, and one of my favorite parts of the whole thing had nothing to do with the event, or really LA in general. It was just some of the people that we were there with. We went on an adventure to find, because LA is known for having invented the French dip sandwich. And there's 2 restaurants in LA who kind of argue over who invented the sandwich first. And so one of those restaurants, we looked them up, and one of them is actually closing like 2 weeks from when we were there.
Yeah.
And so we were like, oh my God, if we're ever going to try a sandwich, we have to try it while we're there. We're never going to get to try it. So we made it our mission to try that sandwich.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a lot of extra time to fit that in, but we made it our mission to go on an adventure and try to have that sandwich. And on day 1,
there were 6 of us on that adventure.
We recruited some friends, got in a Uber, and went down there. We had an hour before we had to be somewhere. And we get there, and we cannot get in this. There's a line around
Massive
the block.
line.
There's a line up at the block. And just to get in the restaurant was an hour. We didn't have the time. So we bailed on that.
We went on a little taco adventure instead. That was fun.
We went and had some Mexican food. It was great with some friends. That was a fantastic little adventure.
Yeah.
But we weren't done. We wanted to have that sandwich.
Yeah.
Remember, it closes. So then the second day
It's been open since 1917, by the way. It's
1908.
1908. It's 117 years it's been around.
Yeah. And so then the second day we're like, okay, again, we have another hour, but it's at a different time of day. The restaurant opens at 3. We figure if we get in line around 2:30 or 3 o'clock, we should be able at the front end of this and get in.
Yeah.
No. So we go there at, like, I think we get there like 2:45 maybe. There's a line. It's even longer than yesterday. People have wisened up. They're on the same adventure plan that we are. No go. We cannot do it. So we skip that. We skip out on it, and we go to the event. Day 3. We have not given up. The event is over. It's 8 o'clock at night. Way later than we normally eat.
Yeah.
But
we got in line at 8:45.
by the time we get there, it's 8:45. We're in line. We wait an hour to get to the restaurant door.
Yep.
And then we get
They're at a beef, by the way. And we know that when we get in line.
They're at a beef, but they have the other options, pork pastrami and lamb. And we get to the front of the line. We get into the restaurant. There is absolutely no seats in this restaurant. There's 5 of us. There's no seats in this restaurant. We eventually start walking around, and people are moving and leaving, and we finally commandeer a seat. And we get our order in. And we are literally, as the last person in our group puts their order in, they ring the bell to say that there is no more kitchen service. We literally got in under the wire, no lamb, no beef, had a pork beef dip, pastrami beef dip, whatever the options were, and it was fine. The sandwich.
The
sandwich was fine. But the adventure was awesome.
Yeah.
It's like the experience of going out and being in that LA institution of the old 1908, like
it was a cool spot. It was a cool vibe.
It was almost like an old
speakeasy, kind of.
Yeah. So it was literally like a really cool opportunity to, 1, the adventure of going through the process of trying to get that sandwich. But then 2, that when we actually, the night of having that sandwich, by the time we ate it, it was like 10:30.
10:45 we got our food. It was 2 hours from when we got
like,
mine.
So I was eating at 11 p.m. I'm usually in bed asleep 2 hours at this point. But I'm eating beef dips.
Yeah.
Pork dip. Yeah, that's right. But that was a really fun adventure. And that is the level of adventure that we're
talking about
is going into something with an attitude of adventure.
Because we could have been frustrated.
Yeah, and we could have just went to some random shop and had a sandwich.
Yeah. But where's the fun in that?
Yeah. Create adventure. It's everywhere.
Look for it and create it. And it is going to strengthen your relationship. You're going to feel the spark like you did in the early days. You're going to feel more connected. All the dopamine and all the chemicals are going to flow, and you will feel more connected, and your relationship will be stronger for whatever comes for it later if you start going on adventures more often, more regularly now. So, That was fun, especially that story with the adventure. That was a nice little chit chat. What's the one action you're going to take? How are you going to implement adventure in your life going forward? Share this episode with a friend and someone else who will find it super fun
Maybe
too.
an adventure buddy that you can go on your next adventure with.
Yeah. Send it to your adventure buddy. And we will see you next week. Before we wrap up, we just want to remind you about something really special we've created, the Infinite Relationship Mastermind. It's like a VIP backstage pass for anyone looking to level up any and all of the relationships in their life. And we're not just talking about the relationship with your spouse, though it does include that one. We're also talking about the relationships with yourself, your friends, your business partners, your family, all the important people in your life. This mastermind is for anyone ready to take all of their relationships to a whole new level. Whether you're thriving and you want to thrive even more, or you're feeling a little stuck and need some extra love and support.
We host exclusive live courses. We create a safe, no judgment space where members can just open up and honestly just have a ton of fun connecting with other amazing people who are building stronger relationships. And to be honest, the transformations we've seen are incredible, and it's exactly why we do what we do. It fills our heart like nothing else. Now, we are super protective of this community because it is all about trust, love, and support. So it's not for everybody. But if this does sound like it might tickle your fancy, then check out the link in the show notes and reach out to us if you have any questions. We'd love to chat and see if it's a fit for you. And as always, thank you so much for being a part of our journey on the road of life. And remember, you've got this, and we're here to help you every step of the way. So we'll see you next week.
Bye for now.
Road of life, yes, you're on.